Hi there, so today we will be providing a video for the Marketing Manager of Countdown to help fill the position of the social marketing role. This video will show great tips in interviewing with what to do and what not to do within the interviewing process. But why choose interviewing? Well, interviewing is the most popular selection method, and this is for a number of reasons. One is that you're able to meet the job applicant and see if they're a right fit for your organisation, as well as it's a great opportunity for the job applicant to meet the organisation and the people behind it. So each of our tips will be affordable for managers over a wide range of organisations. So today we'll be showing you interviews, and we will be looking at different types of interviews as well as certain questions to ask, showing you some good and bad examples of what should be done. To ensure inter-rater reliability, we will be using the same interviewers and they will be using the same criteria for all applicants. This will provide a fair and consistent interviewing process for all applicants. Really important also that Countdown puts out a realistic job preview so that the candidate's psychological contract is fulfilled and the job preview is well advertised.
To ensure you get a clear understanding of what a successful job interview looks like, we will also show you what an unsuccessful job interview looks like. In the following scenario, we will demonstrate poorly planned questions in an unstructured job interview, which we will avoid at all costs at Countdown. As you're watching, try to reflect on the key principles that make a good job interview, including consistency between interviews, validity of questions, and fairness. This will ensure we get a clear person-organisational fit of the candidate.
Welcome! I'm Sally, this is Paddy. She'll just be taking over for Paul today. Come take a seat, thanks.
Begin by getting to know you a bit. Tell us about yourself. Where do you come from?
Well, my family's originally from Britain, but I live in Auckland with my partner.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Do you have any kids?
Well, that's not really a priority for us at the moment.
Pause. Let's take a moment to reflect. Is this question really relevant to know if the person is right for the job? This question can lie the foundation for biased opinions and is seen as discriminatory under the New Zealand Human Rights Act 1993. Candidates' personal choices and ethnicity are not of relevance to our job interview. We want to know what they can bring to the organisation rather than about their life choices.
Right, so moving on.
So what unique skills do you think you can bring to the table, and why do you think we should choose you over the other candidates?
Yeah.
Well, without knowing any of the other candidates, I can say that from my experience, I've had marketing work and I'm really comfortable with social media.
Pause. We need to make sure that our questions have face validity so that our candidates perceive that they are relevant to the job. It's unfair to ask candidates about people that they don't know about. A more fair question could be, how do you think that you could add unique value to our organisation?
Okay, thank you. Do you have any questions to ask?
Pause. Let's talk about the tone of this interview. The laughing and gestures towards the other interviewer are setting an unprofessional scene in this interview. This will put off most candidates as they will have expectations of the professionalism in an interview. This is an example of them entering a psychological contract. Also note that there is no mechanism of recording the candidate's responses. Therefore, it will be very difficult to fairly compare the responses between different candidates, and this is an example of poor inter-rater reliability. At Countdown, we strive to practice the importance of the recruitment experience for all candidates as their participation in the process is essential to successful recruitment. We must maintain a constructive perspective when planning the dialogue of the job interview. In this example of an unsuccessful interview, clear expectations of good work ethic are not set out by the interviewer, and if the candidate had any expectations of professionalism, they would not have been met.
Hi, I'm Mackenzie.
Sally, pleasure to meet you. Come take a seat.
Hi, I'm
Hi,
Sally.
Mackenzie, nice to meet you.
Thanks for taking a time out of your day to come in today. So I see you were a retail manager in your previous job. So tell me how you would deal with a customer making a personal complaint to you.
Using behavioural interview principles in our questions allows us to test for the candidate's competency. We do this by asking them questions about their previous roles and assess how they responded as individuals.
As part of our marketing team at Countdown, how would you deal with a complaint that was making its way over our social media platforms?
Now, instead of asking about previous work situations, we put the candidate in a hypothetical scenario to see how they would respond. This is called a situational interview, and a structured interview will usually follow this format or the behavioural interview format we previously discussed.
Oh, nice. Okay, so we're actually running a competition at the moment, and we have a sample Instagram post. I just want to know how you'd go about captioning this for Instagram.
Another extremely valid way to test all candidates' capabilities and person organisational fit is to give them work sample exercises and job simulations that are relevant to the position that they are going for. In this example, we see the candidate being asked to complete an Instagram caption, which would be a typical activity they would be in charge of on a daily basis within this position. This is a highly valid in less complex jobs that don't have many components to assess the role completely. The structured interview has a specific format and ensures only valid and job-relevant questions are asked to assess the competency of the candidate. Also take note that we keep each interviewer the same between each candidate to ensure interrelated reliability, and we will always have a prepared mechanism to take relevant notes and responses from the candidate so we can fairly compare and assess each interviewee.
Awesome, thank you so much for your time. Lovely to meet you.
Lovely to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you.
Let's reflect on the main positive principles we've learned through this instruction video. When preparing questions for a job interview, make a checklist to ensure you are getting the best insight as possible as to each candidate's suitability for the position. You do not need a lot of questions, rather focus on having fewer, high-quality questions that will encourage honest, valid and relevant answers from the candidate. Keep this checklist in mind to ensure each positive principle is being applied. Is this question relevant to the job and will be perceived as valid by the candidate? Is this question fair or is it encouraging biased opinions? Will this be able to be asked to any individual to ensure reliability between interviews? And is this an affordable way to assess our candidates' capabilities? We also need to make sure that the methods we are applying in our structured interview are affordable for our company. Another key thing to note is that resources apply to many steps that occur before the interviewing stage. We try to keep these costs down through means of e-recruitment, such as online surveys, video submissions, and an accessible corporate website for candidates to apply through. However, it is still essential that we steer clear from unstructured interviews when we are meeting our candidates in person. We would have already taken the time, effort, and money to set hiring objectives, identify our ideal applicants, attract these people through advertisement of the position, and process the applications. Providing a clear, non-biased evaluation of each candidate will help us make the best and most informed decision possible. Thanks for watching, and we hope this video has taught you some valuable principles to include in the process of job interviewing. Bye!